Welcome to my channel. I am Shawn and I will be reading you a story. For today we have a story called Hunting a Howler. This is a horror story and it has a depiction of violence, so maybe this story is not meant for you. If you continue watching this video, you will be doing that on your own responsibility. You've been warned. So let's begin. Svetoslav held the torch at the arm's length to cast the light between the trunks of the forest. He picked his steps around the twigs and hissed at the darkness before he turned to me. "If it comes to the point we need to burn down the forest, throw the oil," he gnashed. "Make sure you greased up the whole neck, or he will ride you until the morning and drown you in the creek," he added, seeing I was struggling with the chalk of pig fat I was rubbing in my skin. "It is no bigger than a boy, for God's sakes," I replied, dimmed as I was vigorously soaping my throat. "Even so, it is a wild creature with long teeth," he said and made a step forward. "The farmer said it was a stillborn. They buried it deep in the forest. Damn forest fairies gave it life and thought him of ancient powers. But there are two of us. We can handle one skinny bugger," I said, combing my beard and unsheathed the sword. "He is faster than us. They go for the neck and ride their victims until dead. I hope it's one of those superstitious stories spoken in taverns. 20 golden coins are a fair toll for getting rid of a howler," Svetoslav proclaimed, leading us further into the dark. "Hoot!" made the torch dash left as we go. It was late, and the clouds were about to burst with rain, making our task more difficult. I saw Svetoslav's spectre obstructing the torchlight, and my steps made the armor clank, letting him know I wasn't far behind. We moved past the trees covered with moss and spiderweb. Nobody would have dared to enter these deep, yet 20 coins were good enough for us to try. In the back of my mind, this was an ordinary walk, and to report back with a lie of fresh kill is the easiest money somebody could expect from a gullible farmers. I hoped the farmer won't ask us to show him the severed head of his wild son, or he will not pay us for the trouble. Svetoslav helped me get across the fallen log and get moving. And then we heard it. Something was running in the shadows. Something small. It could be a red fox or a rabbit. The wilderness was full of life. A screech froze us in place. It was like a cry of a baby in pain, strong and ominous. Svetoslav stepped back and grabbed my leather coat. "It is here! Get the oil!" he whispered while someone's pacing broke twigs around us and scraped the bark from the tree. Svetoslav brought the torch near the tree and saw 3 marks on it done by nails. We went deeper and the howler followed us, every time changing direction. It was like he was everywhere. But then Svetoslav stopped. He slanted his eyes at something ghostly pale in the dark. He stretched his arm a bit, and the fire threatened to go out when a boy took shape in front of us. The lad was thin as a tool handle, nothing more than bleached skin and bones. His head was somewhat bigger, with a bushy hair on top. His eyes were blackened, his mouth blood red, and arms covered in dirt and scratches. He was naked and no taller than my waist. "Dragomir, throw the—" he stopped to say, but a sharp-pitched scream broke from the boy's mouth, full of black fangs, as the creature jumped at Svetoslav. Svetoslav tried to shake it off, but a little one grabbed him by the clothes and bit part of his cheek. My friend fell down, holding himself for the wound, as I swung my blade over him to chase off the howler. It stopped half-bowed among the trees and hissed at me. I shouted at him, jerked my sword to stab him, but he didn't move. He just screamed with that dreaded noise. I heard running steps from behind and a force punching me in the back. I held off for the branch and swung my sword behind me. In the little torchlight near Svetoslav, I spotted another one crouching by my friend and snatching the piece off of his face. The damn thing wasn't alone, and it ate my friend. Svetoslav! Ah, you bastards! Ah! Throwing my hands about didn't help frighten the pale youngsters. Get away! Ah! Leave him! It was like I gawked at the boys that hissed at me like dogs they eat a bone. The howler climbed on my head and sat behind my neck, pulled my ears and nose, trying to get me moving. It scratched my face, but it couldn't retain balance on a greasy surface. I managed to take his thin arm and pull it down, but he kept struggling and bit me. In the second turn, I saw both of them biting into Svetoslav. Then they started dragging him away in the shadows. Stop! Svetoslav! I called for him, still frightened to pursue them. I slowly picked up a torch and made a circle around me. I was all alone in the silence of the forest where a hoof of a howl echoed from afar. Svetoslav! I started walking, searching for the trail howlers took him through. But there wasn't nothing more than rustling foliage and twigs under my feet. I lingered for an hour longer before I abandoned the forest. If I go to the tavern, tell my story, they'll just laugh at me for speaking nonsense. The farmer could indict me for using a pretext of hunting a howler just to lure my friend into the forest and kill him, then take the money. I'll be hanged in the town square for frightening the villagers and murder. No one will believe me. The end. Tell me what you think of the story in the comments. Take care. Bye.